So, Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi appeared on the Podcast and Chill episode yesterday, and he doubled down on Papa Bush. He doubled down on Papa Bush. If you remember, when he went to Malawi, he had a lecture, and he made comments that kind of like cited towards Papa Bush. Papa Bush was not happy with that comment, if you remember. So he reacted. And so does he double down? And he even illustrates areas where what he said here was very interesting. And so without further ado, it's the Reality Show, the daily Christian commentary videos. If it's a first time over here, be sure to check out some other videos that are down in the pinned comments. I'm going to check you out over there. Now, without further ado, let's go over and listen to the man them on what he was saying on the show. Interesting discussion.
You can do that. You can pose questions. And in this case, I think she can't just say the NPA didn't, pursue this or that line of questioning. I hope they appeal. And I hope they keep him in the country so that he doesn't skip. Otherwise, it'll take...
So here he was talking about Omotoso and stuff.
5 years or more looking for him like the other guy in Malawi.
Bushiri. Oh, yeah. Hey, what was going on with you?
Papa. The next one.
What happened? I just saw him reaction. I just saw him reacting.
I saw it was in the prep here. Let me find it. It was actually the first story. What did it say? Oh, here we go. It says, Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi and Prophet Shepherd Bushiri having a go at each other after Ndlozi questioned Bushiri's source of wealth while delivering a lecture at the University of Malawi.
You should play the clip for our people because I never said Bushiri ever. That it's coming out of my mouth for the first time.
Okay.
I never said that. But of course, I think that if there is any honor and integrity to Bushiri's calling, the number one rule of a spiritual calling is the truth.
Talk to.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be scared if you know the truth, if the truth is on your side. Do come and answer those questions around
if the truth is on your side.
Your financial activities in South Africa. It perpetuates this idea that, the criminal justice system in the country that housed you, in a country that welcomed you, that its people embraced you,
enriched you,
enriched you. Because if you did take offerings even for yourself, you've got to return that particular. If those allegations are being made and you're on the right, don't run away.
So if you are in the right, why run? Mbuyiseni is asking. You're only running. You're running because there's something. Talk to.
That its people embraced you,
enriched you,
enriched you. Because if you did take offerings even for yourself, you've got to return that particular. If those allegations are being made and you're on the right, don't run away. And that's all. Really, that's all. And the point I was making is there are no conditions under which it is justified to cheat, steal, scam people. Not in the name of God, not in the name of the people.
What's your take on that? Because you're a church guy, man. And we've seen, man, there's so many fake pastors now who are praying. Praying on the poor who just want hope,
Literally
a better life. Yeah.
Praying. Well, there's scammers everywhere, man.
I like this part here because Mac was going on the whole thing, was saying, maybe church is just a bit too much. Since you're a church guy, the scammers there and what. I like how Mbuyiseni took this one on. Talk to him.
There's Instagram scammers as well. There's scammers, there's influencers who influence and doing. What is your opinion? That you are driving.
Yeah, but church is a place of God,
Yes,
bro.
yes. I think to do that in the name of God
Yeah.
is very dangerous. Because the concept or the idea of God attracts the most vulnerable.
Now, before he goes to that point, I want to highlight why that's the way he answered that is so important. You see, it's very easy to say, yeah, I expect people in there to be all squeaky clean, right? But then, without understanding or without fully understanding that there is something that the Bible says concerning the end time church. Go to Matthew chapter number 13, verse number 29 and 30. It says, no, he said, if you pull them out. Now you remember this parable, he went and he sowed wheat. And then there were tares that grew around, and the tares almost look like wheat and whatnot. So they are very confusing at the growth stage. And so they were asking, he says that the servants of this master asked, should we go and we pull them out? And he says, let both grow together. This is where this verse comes in. If you pull them out, okay, you will create a problem, lest you uproot the wheat with them. So you only leave them, let both grow together until the harvest. At the time, I will tell the harvesters, which are the angels, first to collect the wheat and tear them, and then burn them, and then gather the wheat into the barns. And so it's very clear. This is what people don't understand, that the end time church, it's a mixed church. It's a mixed church. It's a church with both wheats and tares. You don't try to pull out. Charlatans are going to be there. And he tells you why. He says, by trying to tear out the thingy, you may uproot thingy. That's why a lot of things, when it comes to how to deal with falsehood, government with all these regulations and what, it can miss it. But that's why I'm saying I like how he approached it, how he answered it. You don't, like he said, there's Instagram scammers. So what does that say? Do you now stop going on Instagram? You don't. There's Facebook scammers. There are Facebook killers, people that put fake ads so that you go over there with your money, they take it, and God knows what will happen when you get them. So do you stop using those platforms? No. So why isn't that your same view with church? You get it. That's why I say I like that particular statement.
When you are broken, you went to church.
Yeah, yes.
You pray before the show. It's a thing that you shouldn't use, because vulnerable people come to you.
Yep.
And divorce.
Remember, here you were saying, it's sick, sadistic, you could say, for you to use the church as a way to scam, because there's vulnerable, but yeah, that's what they want.
Lost people, abused people, people who are going through financial stress and all of that, unemployed, poor, and so on and so forth. I think that it's a high calling, and we must treat it. But people can see it as a scam to make a lot of money.
Bro, they even have debit card machines now, churches.
Now, he brings up that, and that's a very popular, trendy thing, where people say, ATM. Okay, listen to how Mbuyiseni brings it up. Love the answer.
I don't know if you're paying, because the churches get robbed.
So it's not.
So it's not a.
Yeah, carry
I mean,
cash.
we shouldn't be technophobic. A machine just means it's safer for them, because
It's a convenience.
people come and can rob them of the tithes. They do that, yeah. They guard them and then they rob them. So the introduction of electronic payment systems, not a bad thing. And I'm not saying to bishops and pastors and whatever must not be compensated. I'm saying it can be a scam. You can scam people. You can sell them false miracles. You can't do that. You can't say that, I'm walking on the air. And then you didn't. When the movie, so I'm walking on the air, and then we can see the shade.
So, if you remember, that was one of the popular supposed miracles of Bushiri. He did it once, funny enough. It was real. Why didn't you do it again? Just once. Let's do it one more time. This time with a wide angle. But he can't do it again. He can't do the iPad thing again. And he said, oh, no, yeah, God said he'd be the only one. No. There was no God. Like, if it's not true, it can't be a fake. It can't be a scam. Shouldn't be a scam. Because you've positioned yourself as a person who is there to help, and now people are coming to you for help. And so we should be questioning you in a manner. Yeah, no, the way he answered the church questions, I absolutely love it, because it shows there's answers for these things. The person who might be asking them might have never thought of them. You know, we see it in the world that it's dangerous for them to have cash, but we just don't think it brings a solution. You know, there was a point, even us, we might have been like, yeah, ATM now. But now, you see, it takes time for us to realize, yeah, no, it's not a bad thing. You know, so I absolutely love this thing. And he also mentions, if you are in the right, why run? Like, if you are in the right, why run? Doesn't make... Now, the thing that he mentioned about Uomotoso, about the judge, when he said that the judge could have gotten the thingy, yeah, I thought that was quite an interesting one. It's a bit educating in that particular area, in the early parts. Now, this particular part that I'm speaking about is the first 15 minutes of the video that they did yesterday on this particular interview. Very interesting one. Yeah, tell me your thoughts down in the comment section. Happy Easter. I completely forgot. completely forgot. I was going about this week without even remembering that thingy. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you on the later on episode. Salute.